Hello everyone and welcome to the Video Game Chishu podcast. I'm John, and everyone, we are living in a post John 1/4 of the way to 100 celebration. I'm 25 now, and it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to keep on trucking for as long as this putrid wretch of a society will keep me.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, let's keep it up, folks. Woo!
A ray of sunshine.
Now you're here.
I am. Hi.
Yeah, now you're here.
Hello.
I'm glad. Rose, you're also here. How's it going over there?
Oh, it's going. I have a big my girlfriend Robin, who is probably listening, got me a ton of Chinese food for dinner. Like a
Nice.
ton.
Oh shit.
So I've been enjoying that.
What you
Pretty
get?
good. I had some Hunan beef. I think some like chicken teriyaki skewers, crab rangoon, some lo mein,
Yeah.
rice. It's
Jeez.
like she got a lot. It's really good though. Probably gonna be multiple meals, but still, it's really
Yeah.
good.
That sounds like a weekend at least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Niall, what is your usual Chinese order?
Usually like orange chicken or something like that.
That's valid.
Yeah, I don't eat a ton of Chinese food, honestly, because like most of the Chinese food, well, quote Chinese food places here are just fast food places, like really. But because there's no good Chinese food around me, but you know, I like a nice bit of Chinese food now and again, but it'd be nice to actually be able to get some here.
Yeah. I like stuff. I just usually get like chicken from Chinese places, so I'll get like, if I'm feeling a little safe, I'll just get the sweet and sour chicken, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, give me some General Tso's, give me some orange chicken, give me some like hot fire chicken. I just go for it sometimes. It's all about the mood.
Yeah.
It's all about the mood.
I usually just experiment wherever I go recently, because like, I say recently, because like, my family is the most like vanilla eating habits of all time. They would always just get like plain chicken, plain rice, still like maybe if going crazy, some pork fried rice or something. So like once I moved out, I just try like fucking anything. I just go wild.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I try to get something different pretty much every time I get something. Unless I'm like, like, oh, I'm depressed, I need to eat something good. I'm just gonna get the old standard.
Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, I'm glad you're eating good in the neighborhood. I think that what the fuck was that?
It's
What
like
restaurant was
Hamburger
that?
Helper. I don't fucking know.
Was
Eating
it?
good? No, it's definitely not Hamburger
Bob
Helper.
Evans?
Bob Evans. What's that?
Fucking Cracker Barrel? I don't know.
I'm gonna look this
Some
up because
establishment.
I've never heard this.
Applebee's. It's
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Okay, yeah, we're really fucking treading on some old territory
It's
here.
because
We're
they're
talking
called the
about-
Neighborhood Grill. That's why.
All right. We're treading on some well-worn territory here tonight,
Yeah.
folks. I think we gotta steer clear.
This is getting really
because we're
close to
gonna-
like an episode from like 4 years ago.
Yeah. Oh boy. Alright, so video games are happening, as they are to do, as they have been for what feels like a millennia. It's been fucking crazy, this past few weeks, especially because y'all have been playing the big release of the past, like, 2 weeks, I guess, is probably still Final Fantasy Shadowbringers. At least, maybe that's just in my circle, because,
I feel
I mean,
like
what else has come out?
Yeah, and really,
That's
Rose is the
just-
one that's been playing it. Like I've been
Yeah,
going for
I'm
the
a while
old
now.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fair. Well, I mean, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 just came out.
Oh yeah, that exists. Spider-Gwen's
Yeah.
in it, so I approve, I guess.
Thanky's in it.
Thanky is in it.
He's in there and he's gonna clap his hands and he's gonna be like, I'm sick and tired of all these Marvel freaks. And then he's gonna slap his own ass and then half of them will go to bed.
I saw that they have like Knights DLC or something and like Zombies DLC, and I'm just like, what?
Well, I think they're doing like some of the like Marvel Knights characters. They're doing like Moon Knight, and I think like Punisher was in the Marvel Knights or something. Like it's just like the different like character theme like teams. I think I don't know.
I don't know why, but when you said Knights, like my brain immediately went like Knights into Dreams.
Into Dreams.
Yeah,
that would be scary.
Yeah, I was like, why is that in Marvel?
Here is the extent of my knowledge of Knights into Dreams. In Sonic Adventure 1, when you go to the casino, you do a pinball game where Knights is there.
Yeah.
That's everything I know about it.
You don't really need to know an awful lot more, honestly, about Knights.
Yeah.
It's not a good
Aren't
game.
they, like, non-binary? Is that something?
Maybe? I don't remember.
Don't know.
Either way, at that era, it would be tenuous at best. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like they weren't really... I mean, it's been, what, like 20 years, 25 years, but, like, I feel like they weren't coded.
Oh, they did a Wii game.
Did they? Oh my god.
Yeah, they did a Wii game. I just remembered this. I think I played it.
They did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, if I just remembered that now, that tells you something good about it,
Yeah.
I guess.
The most anyone has talked about Nights into Dreams in a decade.
It's just called fucking Journey of Dreams. 99% of Google users liked this video game. It has a 6 from IGN.
99% of Google users are off the goddamn rocker,
Yeah.
so...
That's such a fucking tenuous, like, stat to put there. What does that mean? Like...
And who is searching for that? Like, of course you're gonna like that game if you're searching for it, I guess. Like,
What?
oh.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that came out, and then Fire Emblem's coming out soon, and then... I don't know what else. It kind of seems like it's a lot
next
of...
week?
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Oh, yeah, there's something in August, isn't there? I feel like there's a big game in August.
Control is out in August.
That's a big
Control.
game for me, but that wasn't what I was thinking of.
The Man of Medan, the new game from the Until Dawn people, is out. Blair Witch is out in August. Medal of Chaos,
like
I think.
Death Stranding's coming up a lot quicker than we'd expect.
boy.
So
It's Borderlands 3.
yeah,
Oh, great. Can't wait for
Kill the
that.
Kill.
That's, yeah. I played the demo for that. That seems like it's going to be alright,
I haven't played the demo yet.
It seems fine.
I tried to download the demo, but it wasn't showing up on the Switch eShop because I was too lazy to like hook up my PS4.
Mhm.
Oh, it just came out today. On the Switch.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I tried to get it today when they were posting about it on Twitter, and it wasn't showing up in the eShop. And then they were like, "You can download it if you click on this link, and it'll send it to your Switch." And then I did that, and the button didn't show up. So I was like, "I'm not gonna sit here and wait for the fucking Kill la Kill demo to like load or whatever. I don't need it that bad. So I'll try tomorrow or something."
I just realized that the August game is Astral Chain. That's what I was thinking of.
Ooh, yeah. All right.
It's also WoW Classic, so get ready for that, guys.
Oh, boy.
Is Code Vein out next month, or is that September?
No, that's... it's literally a year after it was supposed to come out, I think.
Oh, yeah,
So I
that's
think
right.
it's September.
Yeah. That's still very funny that it is like it's like a
weird. It's just so weird.
It's
It
like
is
a
September,
year and
end
a
of
day
September,
or something
yeah.
like that.
That was
It's either a year and a day or it's like a day off of a year.
It's like
it's either one
crazy
of
how that
those.
happened, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and this can interlude into something I was going to talk about, which is the same thing just happened with Sino Alice, basically, which was supposed to come out, Yoko Taro Gacha game. It was supposed to come out in America like tomorrow.
From when we're recording,
Yeah,
but yes.
like the 20th of July, I think it was supposed to come out. And like on the 16th, I think, 16th or 17th, they just came out and said, we're delaying it indefinitely. Like,
Because they said the translation was bad.
yeah. It's just like, I've never seen, I've never seen something like that happen that quickly, I guess. Like, the Code Vein thing was at least a couple months in advance, even if they had, like, started ramping up their advertising and stuff. Like, it was still like, oh yeah, this is a couple months off. But, like, man, not even like 2 or 3
days.
Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm at least... I'm glad that they're, like, not gonna just put it out there with a crappy translation, because, hey, remember how it took, like, a year and a half for Fate Go to be, like, legible?
Yeah, I just wonder how something like that happens, and I think it's kind of like a picture into how bad a lot of these, like, localized... I mean, people should think about how bad localizers are treated in general, probably, but, like, this is, like, a real picture into, like, how, like, little they gave a shit about it until the very end, that they didn't even, like, go like, maybe this is bad.
Yeah, they were just, like, sitting there going like, oh, well, you know, you can get the gist of it.
Like, did, like, someone just, like, wake up one day and be like, oh, wait a second. Wait. No.
Hang on, I forgot. People are starting to like that Yoko Taro guy in America.
Did they get, like, a new glasses prescription, the QA guy or something? Like, and be like, oh, hold on. I can read this now, and this is not good.
Oh, shit. But yeah, I don't know. That's so weird. I like I said, I'm at least glad that it will be fixed instead of just going out there but crappy.
What worries me is it's Nexon, and Nexon just fucking puts things out to pasture and just forgets that they exist, like, all the time. Like, wanna know something Nexon announced? Fucking FF11 remake. You know when they announced it?
Like 2010?
2013.
I was close.
Like, and they just... Every, like, 2 years they pop up and they're like, hey, take a look at this. It's a screenshot. Interesting, huh? And, like, nothing else. And they're like, yeah, so this is going to be playable on phones, iPod Touch, like, shit like that. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, where is this game? And they're like, yeah, so it's going to have the first 3 expansions that lost in its launch. And it's like, show me it. Like, what? You can't just say that. Like, what is this game going to be?
Runs great on Windows Phone 8. Like,
well, like, fucking FF11 was on the fucking PS2, so, like, you know, whatever. That's like a third of a phone now.
That's weird.
It's really weird. So I'm just worried. I hope that they, like, keep it updated and maybe it still comes out this year, because I've been waiting a very long time for this game.
Yeah, I want to give it a go. Like, I have tried to not touch gacha games, but I mean, if it's Yoko Taro, I just want to play.
And Keiichi Okabe doing the music.
Who is that?
That's the Nier composer.
Oh, okay. Then, so, like, then the music will be good too.
Like, the thing that got me about it was, like, I've heard that you don't have to do, like, the gacha's all, like, for gameplay stuff and not the story stuff. So it's, like, for people who are invested in the arena or whatever the fuck. So, like, you can just get the story by just playing, from what I've heard. So, like...
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a semi-normal video game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, and all people seem to like it. It's just, like... Yeah, I'm worried.
Okay. So, yeah, Final Fantasy. Rose, you're still playing Shadowbringers, and Niall, you are... how far are you, Niall?
I'm at the start of Heaven's Ward, which is the first, like, main expansion they put out. I finished the, like, original Realm Reborn story, and then it, like, there's, like, sort of a post-story between that bridges the two, and I was playing through that, and I was actually talking to Skull about it. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm doing that as well. And I just got to the point where everything is gated off until you do all the, like, boss fights again on hard. And I was just like, I am not fucking doing this again. And I bought a story skip to Heaven's Word because I was like, that's my least favorite part of the game. Because either you get people who are really, like, intense and, like, very, very mad from the start before you've ever done anything, or you get people who are, like, max level, who've done it 1,000,000 times and who can do it in, like, 30 seconds, and, like, it just feels pointless. Like, one of the last boss fights in the main story. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's like Ritatin or something like that.
Ritatin.
Yeah, Ritatin.
Sas Alvenis.
Yeah, like he's built up as this like super strong general dude, and you go into the boss fight with him, and it's like an 8-on-1 boss fight, and we jump into it, and I'm there with like 7 people who are all max level. I'm the only one who isn't. I'm just like, okay, I'm the white mage. I'm ready to heal people, and literally 30 seconds later, I haven't cast anything, and the like cutscene that plays when you beat him comes up, and I was like, all right, I guess. Like that was.
Yeah, the thing that I think, so like Final Fantasy does a level sync thing where like everyone's synced to whatever the current level do. They don't do enough with that, like legitimately and earnestly. Like my problem with it has always been they lock abilities out that you would learn later, and I feel like you should have the abilities, just have them be weaker. They really need to adjust something in that regard because like the Ridditon fight, when I did it, there's like men that come out and you have to deal with them. There's like artillery cannons. Like you would never know that. You would just think that he's just some guy that dies. Like, and because like, they just haven't adjusted it at all. Yeah.
And it's the same through the following 2 dungeons and like the fight against Ultimate Weapon.
Oh, the worst. That's just like, I did a tweet thread about it, like when I did the Praetorium, I believe it is, the final dungeon of FF14 Vanilla, is like, oh yeah, like, you can see how this was definitely developed in 1 year, like, this is it, but like, seeing how far they came to the point where like the most recent expansion's final dungeon is like, holy shit, like, I can't stress that enough, like, it is, wow.
Yeah, like... Like, with the Praetorium, so normally as you're going through the dungeons, like, one person hitting the, like, button on whatever the thing is that moves the dungeon forward or whatever is good enough, right? But not in the Praetorium, where everyone has to individually do this thing so that they can go and get in the robot and all this stuff, and I was playing it with a bunch of people, and it's like, in this 8-person party, like, 5 or 6 of them are like level 80. They're clearly like all in the same free company or whatever. And none of them tell like the 2 or 3 rest of us that you have to do this thing. And so the 3 of us are just like standing around there for like 2 minutes trying to figure out why like we're not getting the cutscene that everyone else is. And then we figure out that we have to go down and activate this thing individually because like it can't, like it's the one time in the whole game.
The one time. It's insane. I'm with you.
and so then we're like way behind everybody else, and eventually like we catch up only because it seals off the thing, and it's just like, do you just want to jump ahead to where the rest of your party is? So I was like, yeah, sure. And like I might as well have not even been there, which is super weird because I'm supposed to be the one that's keeping everybody alive, and they're not even taking damage because they're so like over leveled, and I was just like this sucks.
I mean, I had a worse experience when I did it the first time, and this was literally when it was basically new. I played it in like patch 2.2 or something. And like it was worse back then because I didn't even get to watch the cutscenes, and I'm like someone who's like super into the story. So like you joke about like, oh, so I wasn't even there to heal them. I wasn't there for like any of the boss fights because they didn't have that teleport thing where you teleport to the sealed area. God. So it was like, I'm all the way not even getting in my Magitech robot, and they're at the final boss. Like, that's what it was like back then. It was horrible. So they at least changed that to let you watch the cutscenes, because I had to go to a fucking in room and be like, okay, so what happened?
Yeah, but like then, like if you wind up in a situation like we did, like you can't skip the cutscenes, and that one specific cutscene is like 10 minutes long, so you're so far behind everybody by the time you get out of it that it's just like, should I just like quit this party and go back in with another group? Like it luckily feels like badly thought out. Like they need to go back. That won't exist anymore.
Yeah. So like I think I told you, like they said during Shadowbringers they're going back and reworking like all of 2.0. I think they're gonna like change how like the leveling progression works and everything, which has been needed for a very long time. Yeah. It was kind of needed like when 2.0 came out, if I'm being honest with you. But like they've added so many systems to the game that it's just like 2.0 was fine in theory when it came out, but now it's like compared to everything else, it's the only thing I'm disappointed that you'll miss is the 2.0 to 2.5 patches. Like, the story goes fucking nuts. Like, Nanamo, the sultana of Ul'dah, like, decides she wants to be a communist, and cool. Just like everyone tries to assassinate her and stuff. And like the entire reason you go to Heavensward is you're framed for her assassination. God. Like,
I'll probably go back and watch that stuff, but like I just did not want to go through those boss fights.
I don't blame
again.
you. I get it. Yeah.
I was totally prepared to go through that whole thing until Skull said no. It gates this off until you do it, and I was like, I'm done then.
Yeah, like there won't be anything like that ever again. I will say that.
Good.
And also all the content is much better designed. You'll see that immediately with Heavensward. Like,
I'm sure I will. Yeah.
The story starts to get a lot better too. You will get to miss the funniest fucking part, which it's funny to me like now because they hadn't shown what the race was, like the new race for Heavensward, which is the Aura, the dragons.
Yeah.
They hadn't shown them at all, and so there's a character named Yugiri who shows up in like 2.1, and she's wearing a mask, and everyone was like, oh, what is this? She has a tail. I don't know. What the heck is this? And she's like, it's a secret. And then in like the final scene of 2.0, she takes it off, and it's like, oh, she's a dragon lady. Wow, that's incredible. I've never seen one of those before. And it's just like so funny now to have that scene exist, because it's like, they're everywhere, dude. They're fucking everywhere.
Yeah. I honestly haven't seen too many people playing as them. Like right now, it's just all
it's bunnies.
Viera. Yeah, it's all bunnies everywhere.
They did a funny thing with that too, where they just put Fran in the game, and we're like, huh? And it's like, okay, guys. But yeah, I'm excited for you to get to the good parts of Final Fantasy now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that stuff. I tried out Samurai a little bit just to like have something different to do, and that seems like a fun thing as well, but I kind of mostly want to just focus on getting White Mage leveled at this point and just like maybe trying to find a different free company than the one I'm in, because like nobody is ever on it when I'm playing because of my nightmare hours, so I'm just like, I maybe need to find a new one, but like there are some things going on in that game that I'm very excited to eventually dig into. Like, I stumbled into the Red Mage quest just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And that's real weird and seems like a neat thing to eventually learn.
Yeah, I love the Red Mage quests in general, and Red Mage is pretty cool.
Yeah. I want to dig in more to, like, just the market stuff and, like, the kind of Disciple of the Hand stuff, because I did a little bit of Culinarian. I did it up to like level 24, 25,
I remember
I think.
You saying.
And that stuff is fun and silly, and it's a good way to just get a lot of gil really fast in the game. But like, yeah, I'm excited to see where Heavensward goes. I would be lying if I said I was paying a ton of attention to the story. Like, I know the basic beats, but I've been playing it mostly while, like, on calls and stuff, so...
Yeah. The thing that works good with Heavensward is that, like, it's very self-contained, sort of. Like, the characters they introduce are characters who existed, but they're basically just now, like, completely focused on, and they give you all of their exposition in the Heavensward story. So you don't have to, like, worry about, like, well, who the hell is this? Who the hell is... The only one I think you might not know is who Shiva is.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. But, like, you know, I don't know who Sark Malark is either, but he's been...
He's a man of mystery. That's what the quest description says. That's the only reason I knew that he gave you Sunken Temple, because all I can think of every time I see him in Mordona is, like, Sark Malark is a man of mystery, and he makes you do the fucking Sunken Temple again for no reason.
Yeah, I think maybe the thing I'm most excited about, though, is, like... You said that they get new voice actors for... And that is going to be very welcome, because, like, anytime I have to listen to Minfilia speak in that first, like, 2.0 stuff, I'm like, whoever voiced this character has never heard anyone speak and has never spoken a word in their lives, because She
It
is
really seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, like she is the I can only describe it as she doesn't know what words sound like. It's so bizarre, and I hate Alphino and his smug fucking voice. So I'm hoping that I don't have to hear that anymore either. And I know you said he gets better as a character, but like I fucking hate him so much.
Well, you're going to start getting to the part where he gets better as a character, because what happened in the parts that you missed is his entire life fell apart.
Great, good, he deserves it.
They let him, a 16-year-old, make an army. It didn't go well.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't. But God, yeah, I like that game. I wish it was
more approachable in any sense.
Yeah, I wish it was more approachable. That's a very good way of putting it. But yeah, it's good. I'm kind of not sure how much longer I'm going to stick with it right now. Like, I feel like it might be best to maybe play through Heaven's Ward and then take a break from it for a while and come back later.
Yeah. No,
like,
totally. You don't want to overdose on like 700 hours or whatever the fuck of like JRPG story.
Yeah, because I think I've probably put in about like 60 hours at this point, and that feels like a good amount of time already put in, plus probably another 60 for Heaven's Word. And like I was talking, like Skull started his own, like his alt character on the same server that I'm on. And like literally 2 days later, he was like, "Oh yeah, I finished 2.0."
He's a wild animal. I just want to say this. Every time he says things like this, like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like when he had like 8 Noctis cars or whatever, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he finished like 2.0, and then he like typed in to check his playtime, and he was like, "Okay, I finished it in like 20 hours." And I was like, "What the fuck? You're all like, I've been playing it double the time you have."
I guess skipping every cutscene and not like experimenting with stuff like you would have. I guess.
I mean, I skipped every cutscene that like, because he told me just skip everything that didn't have like a picture associated with the quest. So I was like, okay.
Oh yeah.
But still, like. And I wasn't doing that much experimentation either, because I was just like, control the rocks, heal when I need to. Like, it just... Yeah. I don't know. Like, that's...
It's crazy to me, too.
He's a madman, but...
Oh, man. Yeah, and like, he's doing like all the stuff I'm doing, too, in theory, right? Like, on his main character. I don't... Oh, man.
It's wild.
I envy his strength. We're recording a podcast, I think, this weekend. Me and him are going to go all in on Shadowbringers. So I won't go too hard into what I've been doing in the game.
Fair enough.
Fighting a giant fairy over and over again and being mad when people are bad. Because usually when people are bad, they say slurs and you want them to go away.
Oh, God. Yeah. There is nothing worse than getting somebody who's real bad at that game for, like, a dungeon or a boss fight.
Yeah.
Like, I had somebody who was our tank. It was in, like, I forget what the dungeon is called. It's the one where you go to rescue the Sylph.
1,000 Mods of Totorak?
Something like that, maybe. I don't know. But, like, the tank was so bad that he couldn't pull anything, and I wound up being the tank. So, like, I don't know how that happens, that you're standing at the back as the healer, and you somehow are the one that's taking all the damage for the entire dungeon, but that's how it went. And, like, at one point he somehow managed to go from full health to standing in the way of 2 AoEs at once and getting killed, and I was just like, oh my god.
Oh.
We had like somebody in that group who was clearly experienced, or I guessed she was clearly experienced, because she had like an emote that had like glow sticks and was doing rave dances. So I was like, okay, you've been around, you're kind of carrying us while I just heal myself constantly. And I came out of it, and like that tank was doing all the same story missions at the same time as me, and I was like, I'm gonna do some culinary stuff for like an hour and just like get away from
this man.
Yeah, because this fucking guy is a disaster.
That's kind of what it's been like for me, where it's like if I'm in like a bad farm party for like one of the big bosses right now or something, and like it goes bad and then everyone like leaves or something, after I'll be like, okay, so I'm not checking the party finder for a while. I'm gonna wait for these people to go to bed or something. I don't want to be near them.
That's definitely how I feel too. Like for the Garuda fight, I think it was. There were 2 other people that I was just like not doing the story with, but I kept seeing them around as I was doing the story, and I got to that part where it like opens it to be available or whatever, and I was gonna log out, and then I was like, I noticed that the 2 of them were just standing there staring at me, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, okay, I guess I'll do this Garuda fight. And then I didn't even get either one of them in my party, so I was like, oh, great, I just wasted time on that. But whatever, it's an easy enough fight anyway.
Yeah. So. It didn't used to be. And I remember, like, it's so funny to me how easy they are now, because, like, Titan and Ifrit were kind of always easy, like, because they're supposed to be just, story, whatever, like, small boss. But, like, Garuda had this, like, entirely different set of mechanics from any of the other difficulties of that fight, where it's, like, you die way easier. Like, if you don't hide behind the rocks, you used to just die outright.
Yeah, now it just does like 75% or something.
It's like, whatever. You used to just die. And like, me and my girlfriends who I played through it with back in the day, like every time we get it, like our initial reaction, like when we get it in a roulette or something, is like, oh God, no. And then like we go, oh wait, never mind. No, it's not like that anymore.
I look forward to eventually someday like catching up enough that I can do that kind of stuff without just having everyone immediately just kill whatever it is, and like actually kind of like experience whatever the fight is or the dungeon is.
I think even when you get to Stormblood, some of Heavensward stuff you'll see it because they started designing the fights a lot smarter, so that like even if it's going fast, you'll still see all the cool mechanics happen and stuff like that.
Right.
And they focus a lot on like, you'll definitely notice as Heavensward goes on, the first boss of Heavensward is a fucking giant bug man who has swords and uses moves called like Revengeance and shit. So like they immediately start going like, all right, so we're going spectacle now.
Good. Yeah.
And it does it a lot better. That much I can say. Like, it'll still be pretty fast for the Heavensward stuff, but I've done some of the Stormblood stuff and it's a lot more like, oh, this is a normal pace. This is like normal. The fight isn't over in a minute. It's like over in like 7 or something.
Yeah, that's good because like it's not just with the boss fights, it's just the dungeons in general. Like what's it called? Castrum
Meridianum.
Yeah, like that one was...
It's bad.
Like it started and suddenly like I'm watching everybody just run to the other side and I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And just everyone is running and I'm trying to catch up and there's just stuff blowing up everywhere. There's like 100 enemies and I'm just like, what is happening? And then 30 seconds later we're at the boss. I'm like, all right, sure. Like,
I think one of the worst things is that like they have to, because they use roulettes as a way to populate content, right? Like older content and stuff like that. So that there'll always be like, if you're queuing for something, there's always going to be someone else queuing for it, whether they queued up for that specific thing or not. The problem with Castrum Mirrodandum and Praetorium is that the main scenario roulette gives the most experience out of any roulette. So everyone's using them to level all their 70 classes now.
Right.
And they're like, they don't want to sit around. They just want to get back to leveling, you know? Like, so it's just like, I kind of wish they would just remove... I don't know the solution here, right? It's tough. Like, because it's like, how do you encourage people to want to do this roulette at all?
Yeah.
And like, but without it being like,
yeah, I almost think that like the solution is to go back and engineer it so because like in Shadowbringers you can choose instead of a party to have AI, right?
Yeah.
Like I almost think the solution is to go back and like put that in behind so that like somebody like me who's just trying to go through it for the story can just do that and not have to deal with people who are leveling and are just like trying to get to the end as quick as possible, you know? Like I think that
so they have that system in FF11. I don't know if I've ever talked about that, but like the trust system, that's what it's called. It's literally in FF11 and it's just like you summon party members of NPCs or whatever. The thing that I think is the issue with FF14, because I legitimately before Shadowbringers came out expected it to be every dungeon, is that they are putting so much thought into it. Like they have like every character have like custom dialogue depending on the dungeon you're in and like what happens and stuff like that. And like they're having them like do all of the mechanics like perfectly and stuff, whereas like the FF11 stuff was like they'd get caught on a wall and die, like whatever. And I kind of wish they wouldn't care as much, I guess, because like it is really cool that they do. Like it's really cool to have these like competent AI teammates and something, but like I kind of wished that it was available there, certainly, or at least for the 2.0 stuff, because yikes.
Yeah, they definitely need to figure something out with that, because it puts a lot of pressure on new players as well, I think.
It sure does.
To just be like, oh my god, I have to know all this stuff, and this person is getting mad at me because I didn't know to cast this thing at this point. Or, like, even as a new player, sometimes you get frustrated with other people who are new players, or who maybe are experienced and are doing things, like, too...
questionable.
Yeah, like, for example, like, sometimes, you know, as a healer, like, I've been keeping my Swift cast, which basically, for people who don't know, lets you immediately cast whatever spell you do next, without, like, the cooldown or the wind-up or whatever. And I've been keeping that for if I need to raise somebody from the dead or whatever. Yep. But sometimes you'll just be perfectly fine, everything will be under control, and then a red mage will hit you with Swiftcast, and you're like, great, now it's on cooldown for the next minute, so if somebody dies, I can't use raise. And you really didn't need to hit me with that, but now you did, so, like, great, thanks, I guess. You know, like, it can be very difficult when clearly somebody else has their own idea of what you should be doing, and you're still trying to learn and process everything, which is hard when, like, when you're playing with a bunch of people who are high level, and there's area of effects going off and things popping all over the place, and you're just trying to keep track of everything that's going on as a new player, it can be tough. Like, because there's just explosions and health bars and all this stuff, and you're just like, okay, let me try and get my bearings. I think I know what I'm doing, but now you're doing this, and you're doing this, and I don't know what is actually going on, but the enemy is taking damage, so I guess it's okay. You know, like, it's a lot to take in very quickly.
Yeah, and they definitely get better about visually conveying it. In Heavensward especially, you'll start to see stuff like stack markers and stuff like that are like a lot more visually indicative of what you need to be paying attention to. I think like the WoW designer, the lead designer of WoW at one point, like wrote an entire like blog post talking about the final boss fight of Heavensward. The like extreme version of it, they like said like this is like a masterstroke in visual game design, like the way that they were able to like convey all of these mechanics, like so that you know exactly what's going to happen and what's the problem and stuff like that. Like they like just wrote this entire like basically love letter about it. Like they were just like, oh, this is amazing. I wish anyone in WoW could design something like this. It's like but yeah, they definitely get better. Like Shadowbringers, like everything is so obvious what's going to happen and stuff like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how things improve before my eyes with that thing, because that's what everybody always says is like, oh, you'll notice it as it's happening. So
yeah,
that's something to look forward to, I guess.
For sure.
All right.
John, you wanted me to mention the fucking KFC thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please. I beg you.
So there's this promo that's going on in America and Japan right now where it's just like, Japan is like, spend $20 at 7-Eleven and get a Chocobo in game. And it's like, America's like, spend $20 on Amazon and get a Chocobo in game. In fucking China, they're like, you have to do the Warrior of Light challenge. And it's like, what's the Warrior of Light challenge? Order this fucking family meal that's like 2 cheeseburgers, 2 veggie burgers, a fucking bucket of fried chicken, fries, 2 Pepsis, and like a bunch of other shit, and eat it. And like your initial reaction is probably
no.
I'm
Here's
getting
the thing.
to it.
Okay.
I'm saying your initial reaction is probably that's not too bad. Grab a couple friends, go out, get the Chocobo. No. You have to eat in, first of all, and you have to do it alone. Which is like, hey guys, what the fuck?
Well, no, you're missing another key.
I'm missing another
here.
key? Yeah?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It is that, like, you've listed that order, but it is supposed to be for like each person. So like it's like there's 5 of those, like that big list times 5.
Oh,
because
right. You have to go in as a group, right?
God. So like you basically like need 5 LA beasts. Basically.
Yeah, like it's just so fucked
that's
up.
Insane.
Like, what? To get a fucking chocobo.
And KFC's not that, like, I was gonna say it's not that good. It's not good at all. Like,
well, we don't know what Chinese KFC is like. I'll be fair. It's just like, what the like? Why do we have the easy way out? I guess it just feels weird. It feels like someone over there, like I don't know, whoever's like the community manager or like marketing manager, I guess, of FF14 in China is like has like a fucking bone to pick with the community or something. Like,
he's pissed as fuck and he's had enough.
I don't know. It's fucked up though.
It is. Alright, well, thank you all for your Final Fantasy check-in.
We're sorry.
Let's see here. It's okay. I've done worse many times. I've been playing the same stuff. Not really too much to talk about. Fate Extella is still basically what you would expect. Multiple scenes of Nero bathing. Yeah. Multiple scenes of Nero bathing and just being like, wow, she's so hot. That's crazy. And her being like, you're so cool. And then they keep saying my full name, like first and last, and it weirds me out every time.
It's weird to think, like, for me, like, that game has, like, obviously a completely different experience, because it's, like, seeing, like, extreme blatant lesbianism, like, just on display. And it's like, that's like wild, but I suppose to you it's like a different angle where it's just sort of that thing you complained about Grand Blue, right? Like where it's like, John, you are so amazing and cool.
That stuff doesn't affect me. It just kind of weirds me out. Like I like I feel like that's a surprising thing to say for me, but whenever I see something like that, I'm always just like, yeah, okay. Like, if a real person said that, I'd probably be like, oh god, oh, like, I'd be, like, fucking dying, but, like, when a video game character says it, I'm just like, do you want me to spend money? Like, what do you want from me?
It's like when you get to the end of a Fate Go chapter, and, like, the, like, title servant is like, oh, I'm dying now, I'll never forget the times I had with you. Maybe if you summon me at your gacha, I'll live with you forever. Or something like that. Like, it's exactly like that.
I mean, it's worse. It's just like, oh my god. It's like Nero's just like, oh, I am so beautiful and I have such a rockin' bod. I would only ever show it to you, John Machonsky, because you are truly the best.
Thank you, Emperor
John
Nero.
And I'm just like, okay, thank you. Are we gonna go fight some robots later?
How about Ellie? Dark Ellie, as she's called. Elizabeth
She's
Battery.
Just fucking it up.
She's fucking out of her mind. It's like
she's
rules.
Just causing mischief. Yeah, she's pretty great in that game. Everyone else is like a complete non-character, though.
Oh, what, you don't like Amiya? I'm sorry, Nameless?
He's just standing there. Everyone's just like standing there. It's not really anything. All the bosses that you're fighting that's not Liz or they just show up. Like, why is fucking Gilgamesh there? He's just like, oh, I'm here, hello. Like, why is Alexander Iskander there? Like, I'm just like, alright, whatever, fucking do your worst, I guess.
I mean, you'll get to see more about them when you go in, like, Tamamo's route and then Altera's route and so on.
Can't wait.
Tamamo's route is really fun. It has the same problems, but I think it has a much funnier tone to it because Tamamo is a freak.
Yeah, I could see that. Tamamo's a lot like funnier.
She's very funny. She's so mean to Elizabeth, though.
She is. I don't think I can condone that, but
you wait. You'll see the full breadth of her crimes.
Alright. Okay. And then I've been playing more Tales of Vesperia, and starting to feel like Tales of Vesperia might be one of my favorite RPGs.
That's how a Tales game goes.
I'm really, really in love with it. It is really, really good. Because, yeah, I've said a lot that I bounced off of Berseria, but Vesperia just, like, something that I really love about this game is that it has been doling out the gameplay mechanics in just, like, the perfect pace. Like, I'm still learning and leveling up new abilities. Nothing feels like it's overwhelming. I'm just experiencing the story. And it's also just really well paced in the story as well. There's not really any side quests, and, that might be a detriment to some people, but to me, it's like, yeah, the story is good. I want to keep up with it. I want to keep going, and it just, boom, boom, boom. Like, you fight a character, you fight a boss, and then it's just like, alright, we gotta go to the next place. You go to the next place, shit just starts happening as soon as you walk in there. Just good pace. Just great characters. I love the cast. I look forward to every skit, because I just want to see them interacting with each other. Like, Yuri is just, the main character, Yuri, is just, like, this, like, shithead, like, kind of dad figure to all of them. And there's Estelle, who's, like, the princess type, who hasn't been out of her castle. There's, what's the boy's name? It's like Crystal or something. It's like what the fuck is his name? I don't remember. But he's just like a strapping young lad who's trying his damnedest, and he wants to run a guild. And there's Rita, who is
best.
The best, but she's also just like the biggest asshole. Like, she's just mean to everybody, but
not Estelle.
In a fun way. Yeah, not to Estelle. She's very tsundere, as they say. And then there's the dog that has a pipe.
Fucking love that dog.
Yeah, he's just there, and it's great. And then there's Raven, who's fucking Kaji from Evangelion, like, straight up. Like, they look similar, they act real similar, like, same character. And then, I'm trying to think who else I have. I don't have Patty yet. She keeps showing up in cutscenes, but she's not in my party, which I'm waiting with bated breath to have Patty in my party, because she's just a little pirate girl. She's very funny. And then there's the sexy lady. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her. She like just joined my party, and that was very embarrassing. Because I brought it over to a friend's place, because I was hanging out with some friends for my birthday. I was like, I want to show you this game that I'm playing. It's very good. Mm-hmm. And I was showing it off, and then she joined the party, and immediately she was just like, hi everyone, I'm half naked. Here are my titties. How are you doing? And I'm just sitting there like, the rest of the game isn't really like this. Like, I looked like a goddamn poivert in front of everybody. But it's still very good, and honestly, she's still a fun character. Everyone in that game is really fun, really well written. They bounce off of each other very well. I love it a lot. I like it.
Something that was the first Tales game I played. So I tried to play Tales of Abyss for the 3DS, and I hated it. I'm sorry to everyone out there, because you're probably upset about it, because everyone seems to love that game. I mean, no ill will. I just could not stand playing it. Then I played Tales of Vesperia and was like, this is lit as hell. The skit system specifically was like, there's like, every JRPG should do that, is my hot take. I think Xenoblade kind of does it to a degree, with their like, little blade stories and stuff like that. So it's like, you feel like you're getting it. But like, Final Fantasy IX does it. Good games do it, is what I'm getting at. And like, I was just so blown away by like how many skits there were. I don't know I think Vesperia has a lot too, but Berseria definitely has like a ton, and I love this Berseria as well. Berseria's...
Yeah, like I've pretty much after every like major cutscene or just like walking into a town or any new area, there's a skit.
Something I really liked about Berseria as well was like, you mentioned no side quests in Vesperia for the most part. Something I liked about Berseria is that like, all of the side quests that they had, there were side quests that were something that's like very simple, like go kill a boss and something, but they basically made a chain of skits to be the side quest instead. Like, you go and fight a boss or whatever, but along the way you're having like some bit about how like Laphicet, the little boy in Berseria, is just like, I think beetles are amazing. I want to be a beetle. And the other like guys in the party are like, beetles are really manly, so that's cool and stuff like that. And they just like go on this like rant for like fucking 20 minutes as you're going to just go kill some stupid beetle. And like, I really like that because it's cool. It's like, it feels like a good, well, Berseria's combat is a lot worse than Vesperia's, I think. The way that they expanded upon skits into being like part of the gameplay loop as well is really cool to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess to explain if you haven't played a Tales of game, what we're talking about when we say skits.
Sure.
Specifically, it like while you're walking around the game, like a little prompt will show up on the bottom of the screen, and then you just press the button, and it's just kind of like pops up like talking heads of the characters, and they just have a conversation, and they call it a skit for some reason, but it's just like a cute little conversation between the characters that are optional, and they're usually just like good little like jokes or just them bouncing off of each other and becoming better friends, and it makes the character interactions way more believable. It's the kind of shit that you and your friends would have a conversation like that.
Yeah, it's great. Like
when you're hanging out,
it's never just like, I mean, some of it is like, like, oh, we're talking about what happened, but a lot of it is just character building, and it's really, really great.
Sure.
I think more games could stand to learn from like the classic, like, give your characters a bit of like realism, like let them talk about stupid shit that doesn't matter, like it's really good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see, Rose. What else have you been getting up to? I've heard that there's some controversy going on lately.
Oh yeah, so this isn't like the biggest thing, but a couple people were upset about it. So Fire Emblem Three Houses, like, review copies are out. And people have been playing, and they've been noticing that there are a lot more, there are certainly more gay options than there have been in past games. Fates was the first game to have, like, an official, gay option, and it was literally like, you both get one. There's one gay man and one gay woman. Also, they're murderers who should be in prison. That was nice. But this time around, there are a lot more, and that's pretty good, but it's kind of lopsided. So if you're a lesbian, you have, or just someone who wants to date women, characters as a woman, you have plenty of options, like Edelgard, one of the main girls, a couple other, like, girls like Edelgard. I think there's at least one in all three of the houses that you can choose from, and then there's a couple like older women options as well. But for men, it's pretty much exclusively like 45-year-old men that you can choose to date, including one of them who is just like, and like I'm kind of like into this one conceptually, where it's like it's a dude who has a kid. And was like married at the beginning of the game, and I guess he gets divorced during the time skip. And like that's kind of like, all right, like that's something, but also like a 45-year-old man like dating like a 22-year-old is like,
yeah, the age gap is a little much there,
especially when that's like one of like three options, I think, and like the other options are all like older men who have the same body shape as him. Like, it's weird to me that like they made Edelgard be able to be, she's bisexual as a dating option, and then like neither of the other two lead men who are there, like, that's very strange to me. And
that is weird.
It's even weirder to me because, like, especially like when you consider what the audience Nintendo is pandering to in Japan with Fire Emblem at this point, it's a lot of like, like yaoi fans and stuff like that. Like, that's always what, Fire Emblem's been about. Like, that people have been crazy into, like with Crom and stuff. And it's like weird to be like, oh yeah, so for our new game, we're adding gay options and not many of those, which ultimately is a sexualization thing, right? Like,
to be fair, I think a lot of people have been keeping some of the dating options secret because they might be spoilers. But at the same time, it is still kind of shitty that, like, people who were able to be like, hey, here are the non-spoilery dating options. Here's the vast array of women, and also, here, guys, here's your three dads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah, it just feels like to me like it's a case of like what always happens with these games. Like you can look at Mass Effect for the same exact thing for the longest time, and honestly, even when that series ended, where it's just like women can be the gay option more because they're it's hot when two girls kiss, But I don't want my cool edgy main character boy to kiss another boy. That's not cool. It's like that. It sucks. But I guess like I can't complain too much because Nintendo fucking is Nintendo.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's literally any is like, wow.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction, and the fact that Nintendo is taking a step in the right direction is like a godsend, so,
Yeah, like, I mean, to talk about Fire Emblem Fates disasters, like, I mean, I've talked about this a million times, but like, conversion therapy, trans joke character, like, again, both of the gay options were criminals who liked to murder people. Like, it's just, like, I'm glad that, I don't know if this will be able to make up for that, but, like, I'm glad they're at least trying, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure the localization as well will probably treat it better than...
Hopefully, yeah.
I say that, but honestly, the localization for the gay conversion stuff was arguably worse in the English version, so I don't know. Hopefully. I'm going to play that game, so I'm pretty excited. I've heard it's like Persona now.
Don't say that. You're gonna make me want to play it.
I've literally seen like you literally do like the fucking like like in a social link when you say stuff and then it's like they liked that. Like there's literally like that, but it's like perfect tea time and stuff like that. Like I'm like, all right, I'm kind of into this.
Maybe if it's ever on sale and I can like use a guide, because I'm too goddamn stupid to do the tactics.
I mean, they've just been getting easier, problem. I will say as well, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'm still too goddamn stupid. I'm still too goddamn stupid for that. I'm sorry. No, I played
all the easiest Fire Emblems. I sat there with a guide. I tried to play fucking the one with Lyn in it. I tried to sit down and play that one with a guide, and I was still like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still fucking up.
Yeah, they're definitely hard games for the most, like, especially like I recommend, I mean, I doubt you were going to ever, but like don't play Shadows of Valentia or probably any of the Echoes ones, because their like whole gimmick is we're going back to being hard. If they ever make any more Echoes, I bet they'll make more Echoes ones. I feel like they'll probably do like the Lyn one, but like HD next, if I were to make a guess, like after Three Houses is done.
Well, yeah, because if they do that, then world peace will be achieved, because everyone fucking super crazy horny for Lyn.
Yeah, that too.
God. But yeah, there you go. That's our taste of controversy for this episode. Niall, what else is going on with you? You finished Judgment.
I did, yeah. And I pretty much came out of it feeling pretty similar to how I felt when I started it. I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I feel like that game is so slow to get going that it really hurts it, and it has so many issues like just around the edges of it that it really detracts from that experience. And while I think, like I said, when I had started playing it, they sort of didn't have much of a grasp on Yagami as a character. And while I think that they do eventually ease into a rhythm with him and they do figure out who he is, and the story definitely gets better as a result of that, there's just way too many issues with the game, and I think it's definitely like maybe the weakest game in that series, if you want to include Yakuza, other than maybe the original Kiwami, you know, which was just a very basic Yakuza game. Like,
even more than 6, really? Because I remember you saying you didn't like 6 that much, right?
Yeah, but I feel like 6 at least, like, it felt like it was building to something, and it still had a resolution that really felt like, okay, this is closing a chapter, even if it wasn't necessarily the way I would have done it. And I think as well, just like, there's just so much about, like, like the biggest issue with Judgment as a story, or not, maybe, yeah, like, probably the biggest issue is so those games have never been, especially good with women in the story. Like, they've never really had good portrayals of women as characters, and Judgment is really, really bad when it comes to its female cast.
That's a shame, because, like, Makoto is pretty good, all things considered, like, in Yakuza 0.
She is, and she's, like, maybe... And I guess Haruka as well, but... Like, in Judgment, women are either not characters, they're just there to sort of... Like, Yagami's sort of default love interest is not a character. She just sort of stands around and appears now and again and sort of, like, pines over him in the background, and it's like, he you know, and it's like this will they, won't they thing. But she's not a character. She has no personality. The other main woman in the cast is... Like, she's sort of almost like a zombie in a lot of ways. She just, like, sits there and just, like, has flat affect and just, like, no personality. And then they just kind of go, oh, we need you to set, like, honey traps, like, 2 times towards the end of the game. And suddenly it's just like, whoa, she's actually the hot girl. And, like, it plays, like, all this stuff with, like, sexual harassment and sexual assault up as, like an instant source of conflict and, like, a cheap way out of things. And it has, like, the dating minigames from some of the older Yakuza games roped into it. But the problem with those is that most of the women you can date are, like, teenagers, and Yagami is at least in his mid-30s. He looks older to me, but, like... He's, you know, so it's just, there's all this stuff around the way they present the women of that game that is super weird and uncomfortable and creepy. And, like, I think they lean too much on a lot of the mechanics that they use in the game. Like, there is so many chase scenes, and there's so many, like, pursuit scenes where you're trying to, like, follow somebody. And it just, like, drags and drags and drags, and it never really feels like it gets going the way that Yakuza at its best gets going. And it never really feels like the characters outside of Yagami and Kaito, who is, like, his buddy, his, like, number 2 dude in the detective agency. Like, outside of the 2 of them, it never really feels like it figures out who anybody is. Characters seem to have motivations that are, like, changing, but not changing in a way that, like, you're figuring out new things about them or, like, revealing ulterior motives. It's more like you don't even know who these characters are, the way they present it a lot of the time. And it just, like, it's convoluted in a way that feels like they overthought things at times. And it's just not paced great, and it just could have been so much more than it is, which is a real shame, I think.
You talking about those, the girl thing makes me honestly more worried about the Yakuza team than I was before, because, like, do you know anything about the Samurai game that they did with Samurai Kiryu?
Very, very little. I played the demo of it, like, 3 years ago, in Japanese.
So it's not localized, as you might know. Do you know the reason why it's not localized?
I don't, actually.
It's because they put in, like, a Haruka-like character into the story or whatever. She's, like, 12 or whatever. And you rescue her, and she's, like, you know, it's kind of, like, supposed to be parallel to Yakuza, except Kiryu marries her.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes me way more worried, knowing, like, they made a game about, like, that did that, and then they're doing this now. Yeah. Also, it's like,
Yeah, it's, like, it really harms the fun, stupid stuff that they do around the edges of all those games, when both that it takes so long to get to it because you have to build up your friendships with just random people around town before those things will even start popping up, but also just the things they do wrong in that story and the way they portray women in that story is just like real rough, and it's just like, it's disappointing because you look at some of the other problems that they have had with storytelling and, like the way they have presented trans people, the way they've presented just LGBT people in general, like hasn't been good throughout that series. And this game is better about that, but it's way worse with how it treats women in general. And it's just like, you guys are just not learning the way you should be learning, and you're making the same mistakes just in different ways. And
so it's becoming like more and more obvious why Sega bought Atlas then?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's get along really well.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. And I also think that, like, so there is always, the comedy stuff that they put in those games, but they usually sort of do a really good job at towing the line between sort of the melodrama of this Yakuza crime story and just, like, wild shit that's happening around it. And they kind of try to intermingle those things a little bit more in this one, where they'll try to introduce levity at weird times into main story sequences, and it just never hits. And I don't know if that's because I played the game in Japanese and just like some of the humor relies on, Japanese wordplay or whatever, or if it's just badly done and doesn't work and doesn't fit in with the tone of what they're trying to do, but it just never works right. And it, like when they do it, it has a tendency to break the scene in a really weird way and just like take you out of the drama. So I just think like it just doesn't work on so many levels, and it's a real bummer because I really want to like Judgment. I was like really looking forward to getting back into Kamurocho and, exploring the city more and going back and seeing what like little things they changed this time. And yeah, it just didn't ever hit for me, and it's a bummer.
That's really too bad to hear, because I was really excited about it, in theory. And then as it became more clear from, like, you talking about it and other people talking about it as well, that it was not, like, as law-focused, I guess, as, like...
Right, yeah. Like, they kind of...
seemed.
Yeah, they kind of presented it almost as if there would be, like, this Phoenix Wright sort of element to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But there really isn't. Like, there kind of is later on in the game. Like, you have to, you'll be in, like, a cutscene with somebody and you'll go, no, like, this is how this went. And then it'll give you, like, 5 options and you gotta pick the right one. But there's no penalty for getting it wrong. And it just, like, you almost actually want to get it wrong just to see the extra lines of dialogue that come out of those, where Yagami is, like, saying, oh, this must be true because of this thing, and then, they go through all of this, and then it goes back to, okay, now just pick it again, and there's no punishment or like, anything to that. There's no failure of any of that, so it takes all the thought out of it, and it takes all the interesting stuff out of it, and it's just kind of like, alright, I guess, like, we're moving through this. There's, like, one, like, there's like 2 or... is there... I think it's 2, yeah, like 2 courtroom sequences in the entire game, one of which you don't actually even do anything during.
Nice.
So it's just literally a cutscene, and it's just like, you've delivered on none of the things that would have made this game so cool, and it's just sort of Yakuza in new clothes, with like its worst aspects highlighted and pushed to the fore, and that's a real shame.
That is a real shame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't played too much of it yet because I got it and then I played a bit of it and then I also got these other Switch games, right. And but yeah, hearing that's a bit of a bummer. I'm still probably going to play through quite a bit more of it because I do still really love those games, but yeah, that all makes sense from what I have played. It's a shame.
Yeah. I will say, have you met the character Ryan yet, John?
I don't think so.
No, you'll know when you meet Ryan. Ryan is maybe a contestant for best character this year.
Character of the year.
Yeah,
all right, good.
Ryan is great.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see here. Here's some neat news that I wanted to cover.
Mm-hmm.
So some folks were a bit worried about Streets of Rage 4 when that was announced, because .emu, whatever you want to call them, they're a little up and down with the games that they work on. But also, I guess the other developers that are working on it are like Guard Crush Games and Lizard Cube, and they have a better track record. But then they announced recently the composers for Streets of Rage 4. And it's like, oh, okay, at least we know for a fact the soundtrack is going to be good. Because here is a list of people that are working on Streets of Rage 4's soundtrack. Yuzo Koshiro, who did the first two Streets of Rage games. Their collaborator, Motohiro Kawashima, who also worked on Streets of Rage. Yoko Shimomura, who did Street Fighter 2 and Kingdom Hearts. Hideki Naganuma, who we all know and love for Jet Set Radio, and he also did stuff for Monkey Ball. And Keiji Yamagishi, who did music for the original Ninja Gaiden and Tecmo Bowl on the NES. That is a murderer's row of talent.
Yeah.
That is really, really good.
Yeah, I remember like when they announced that game, people who saw it early were like, the soundtrack is not like, and they made it seem like they were aware of that. So I'm glad that they actually went out and did something that they should have done about it.
Oh yeah, like it was very much just like a placeholder thing, because when they announced that game, like everyone was like, "Oh, are they bringing the original composers back?" And they like asked him, and he was like, "Well, can't say anything yet." So everyone was like, "Okay, he's probably gonna say yes, but we have to wait." And now it's confirmed. Like, yes, it's all of these people. Like they're still making great music. Oh my, I can't imagine like Hideki Naganuma. That motherfucker is still doing amazing shit. Have you heard his song that was in Lethal League Blaze? It's so good.
I have not.
He's still so good. I'll link it
please.
later or something. He's fantastic. It's Sonic Rush too. Those soundtracks are incredible. He's all of those people. All of them are extremely talented, extremely great. Just looking forward to seeing all of that. Very excited. So, Rose, is there anything else real quick that you want to go over?
Yeah. So I think I was going to talk a little about Bloodstained, but I've barely played any that it would be the same as Nile a couple weeks ago. It seems pretty good. I like the character customization options a lot. I don't know if you got that far into it.
I did, but I haven't gone back and played more of it, but yeah, it seems fine.
You unlock hairstyles and stuff.
You do.
Later on, which is cool, and I'm into that. So far, though, I will say that like the subsystems that they have in that game are pretty stiff.
Yeah.
Like really, like there's nothing like too bad about actually doing the stuff. It's just the presentation of them is like extremely like I don't even like very like stiff. It's stiff.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I don't know how else to describe it. Like it's very like, damn, here's some quests to kill some monsters. I'm just going to phrase it as you need to kill the monsters to avenge backer name.
Yeah, it feels like something that kind of feels rushed in some ways, I guess. Like you can tell that there was constraints on that release.
Yeah. But overall, I'm still like, if it does something very well, which is feel like a Castlevania game over, like, I mean, tons of Metroidvanias have come out, but like they feel very like Metroid-y, I'd say, in comparison. Whereas like Castlevania being like one continuous environment and stuff like that, I think really lends itself pretty well to it. Just Bloodstained feels like a Castlevania game. Imagine that from the man who made Castlevania. But like,
yeah, who'd have thunk?
If for real, I'm impressed at how much like it feels like that. Whereas like Mighty Number 9 barely felt like a Mega Man game, honestly. Like with that dash focus and stuff. But yeah, like I said, I don't have much to say about. I do want to say for the news that I know like none of us play Overwatch anymore, but they recently like announced like that they're putting in like role requirements into that game.
Yeah.
So I think it's just in competitive, but I think you can queue up as a role or something. I don't actually know if it's just competitive. It might be in everything. They're adding like you have to queue up as a role before the match or whatever, and you can only switch in match to other characters in that role. And it's 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 2 damage dealers. And it seems to not be received very well. Like, especially like from a competitive like aspect, I feel like a lot of the things that people get out of Overwatch is seeing like these crazy metas come out, right? Like where it's like, oh yeah, like someone's using like all tanks or something and they're like actually pulling this off, or they're using like 3 healers or something and they're doing this specific thing, and it like makes it wild and crazy and you never know what to expect. And I feel like this limits that completely. It kind of gets rid of it completely almost. Like, not to say that like new combos and stuff can't be, but it's going to be like, especially with how that game's balanced, it's going to just be like, oh, here's a team of Diva, Reinhardt, like Mercy and Zenyatta or something versus Diva, Reinhardt, Mercy and Zenyatta. Like, it seems bad. It seems like it feels like they recognize that the core conceit of Overwatch is kind of inherently flawed for like a competitive game of like swapping between all of the stuff and everything whenever you want. But like, instead of being like, we found a solution to this, they're like, all right, so we're just gonna put some wheels on, like training wheels on this or something like that. We're gonna like put some like bars around you, I guess I should say, like that are like to make this a little more controllable. But I don't even, it seems like a bad idea to me, I guess. Like,
it does, yeah. It sounded like that game hasn't been doing as well as people maybe think it is, like for a while now. Like the vibe I've kind of been getting from people I know who do play Overwatch is that like they needed to do something real badly, but this isn't it. You know, like I've seen a lot of people I know who do play it complaining about the way things have been going, but this has also been very badly received, so I don't know what they do next from here.
Well, thank you for the Overwatch update.
Yeah, I haven't played that game in like over a year.
Same, yeah.
Me too.
Deadass. Like, it's a shame, really, because I did enjoy it when it first came out, but it felt like as time went on and they didn't solve the issues with that game and arguably made more, it just was like, oh, a real bummer.
Absolutely.
Compared to Halo, which is timeless and perfect, and you can go back and play Reach right now and it's still good. Damn. When's that coming? Soon.
Soon. If they can get it to actually work this time.
I hope so.
Alright. Let's move on to questions, folks. If you want to send in questions, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. And you'll sound like these fine folks right here. First question is from Krill Factor, who asks, this question is for Solon. Now that you're a Twitch affiliate, is this going to cut into your time on the Chooch podcast? You tell me.
Oh, shit. Fucking, you just read this as a call-out post.
I think so. Wow. I think as we're recording, the Solon is streaming on his channel. He's doing his Until We Beat of Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Shadowbringers is like FF8. Did you know that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't.
They put in, so they did the new raid this week, and they put in the first fight is Eden, which is, do you know about like, so in the old Final Fantasy games, they used to always have one summon that's just a random mech that just like does an insane like 2-minute long cutscene when you summon it.
Right.
They just made a raid out of that, and it literally does the exact 2-minute long fucking cutscene in the middle of the fight.
Wild.
Like in HD. where it shoots you, where it turns the Earth into a gun and then shoots you out of it into a galaxy, and then the galaxy explodes.
That game's a nightmare.
Yeah, FF8's a nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck to Solon.
I don't think we have to worry about Solon going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on his summer vacation right now, so he's just like
he's living.
Yeah, he's trying to put himself through the ringer this summer, I guess.
All right. Anonymous asks, what's a bad game that you can appreciate out of nostalgia? For me, it's Drake of the 99 Dragons.
What?
For as objectively terrible as that game is, it brings back a lot of memories of elementary school, just trying to figure out this game and how I now realize it was just hard because of bad game design. Side note, I bought that game instead of Psychonauts in probably the worst decision of my youth.
Oh.
Well, I hope you played Psychonauts, like, now. I think it's kind of a weird answer because I remembered liking it when I was younger, but then I played it again and I found out how bad it was the original Digimon World.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
That game, because when I was a kid, I was just like, yeah, like, I just ate up anything with monster collecting, you know, like, I'm still obviously into Pokemon, but, like, I was crazy about Pokemon, crazy about Digimon, crazy about Yu-Gi-Oh!, crazy about anything that had monsters that you could collect. And, of course, I was like, yeah, I'll play Digimon World, I can train my guys, I can battle, I can do whatever. I never really got far, and, you know, it was just, I just liked to see the monsters. And then I grew up, and I acquired the game, and I tried it again, and I realized, oh, that's why I never got that far. It wasn't because I was a kid and I didn't know what I was doing. It's because this game's a piece of shit. It's really bad. The way that the game is structured is you have to, like, go around and, like, bring Digimon back to the main hub town. And you have to, like, fight bosses or, like, free a town or whatever. But the problem is you can't go too far from the main town. Because then you'll run out of food, or your Digimon will shit on the floor. And if they shit on the floor too much, they just turn into a Numemon. And you can't do anything about that.
And they really do shit a lot, too. Like, they
shit so often. It's insane. It maybe... I legitimately think it has maybe the worst pacing in any video game I've ever played. It is constantly just running into a wall over and over again. Like, no, you can't keep going because you have to go take care of your Digimon. You have to stop. Like, you know, it was them trying to incorporate the, like, little Tamagotchi elements into it because, you know, Digimon first appeared as a virtual pet. And that was a video game, you know. Digimon wasn't originally an anime. So, you know, like, I get that they were trying to incorporate the virtual pet stuff, but just layering that on top of the RPG and not, like, staggering it out more, like, making it as often as it would for the virtual pet, because, you know, the virtual pet is just the pet. You press the button to clean up its poop, you press the button to feed it. You're not also doing an RPG on top of it. So yeah, that's my answer.
I was gonna say Sonic 06, but I think that's a good game, so I don't know.
Alright.
I think...
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Okay. So, you know, when sometimes you're 15 years old and you want to be edgy and act like you're smart, and so...
15, yeah.
Yeah, and so you know... you gravitate to thinking something is high art, even though it's objectively terrible, and it's not until you're in, you know, some years older and have gotten a grasp of, you know, things like symbolism and writing quality that you realize that Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy is a very bad video game made by a complete moron.
I can see why you would think that, though. Like, at the time, I could totally see that,
because it was a thing that people hadn't seen done before for good reason, and press was like, and critics were like, this is video games taken to a new art level, and you're 15 and you're like, I'm smart because I'm 15 and I watch fucking whatever people tell me is smart and what the internet says is
that's
cool.
a 15-year-old game.
Yeah. And you play a David Cage game.
How depressing is it that when that remake came out, they were saying the same things that they were saying back then? Like, how much of a bummer is that? Like,
It's real
think about that constantly. Like, every time I saw, like, it has a higher Metacritic score than Wonderful 101,
Yeah.
and that, like, devastates me to my core.
I might argue the scene where he's like talking with his like crash test dummy and it is still like pretty fucking good just because it's so bad. It's his friend Bob or whatever.
That game, like... What was the fucking movie that he said he watched before he did it? It was the fucking, like, Little Rascals or something? I don't
remember.
It was why there's all the noble hobos that are always in all of his fucking games.
That makes sense.
He was like, he watched some movie about, like, nice homeless people, and he was like, I'm gonna make this game, and then that's why there's nice hobos at the end.
Let me look this up, because I really want to know what it was.
I don't know what it is with him and his hobos. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's like he, like, simultaneously reveres and is disgusted by them. It's like, I don't know what he thinks.
I feel like that's just David
Him in general.
Cage. Yeah. So it wasn't actually Fahrenheit that he said that about. It was Beyond Two Souls.
What?
That was where he was like, oh my god, this... Okay, so this is a quote from David Cage, and it is absolutely insane. This is about how homeless people inspired Beyond Two Souls.
Oh,
This, and I will say this is real bad. If you see them in the streets and they're not fit mentally, some of them will be speaking to an invisible friend, and they can sometimes be very angry and upset with that invisible friend. One of the starting points of Beyond was me thinking about what it would be like if one of those imagined friends actually existed.
Oh.
That's a real thing David Cage said.
He said a lot of fucking things. Remember when he made an album full of pictures of Ellen Page as a child, showed that to her, and Ellen Page and everyone around her was like, yeah, this seems fine.
Remember when he said that Detroit was like Blade Runner if you were meant to sympathize with the androids?
Remember when he said that Detroit Become Human made him rethink humanity in a quote retweet selling numbers?
I hate it. John, please save us from...
such a fucking bastard, man.
Let's do some questions. Okay, so Wheel sent in two.
Okay.
One of them is just talking about good-looking and bad-looking food in video games. I think we've covered good-looking games in the past, but what are some just absolute dog shit-looking video game foods? What are the worst-looking foods?
Fucking Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
All the food in that game looks horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, John, but it's like, it's all like green and like bugs on sticks and stuff. It's like, it's not good.
I'm trying to think about some fucked up foods.
Again, I could go with David Cage and say the microwave pizza in like Heavy Rain, the meal you cook for your son, the depression meal.
Remember that orange juice, John, that I showed you from the
Yes. God, I'm just like looking over at my games right now, and I'm just like, there's so many like easy ones that I could just be like, Bloodborne food looks fucked up. Like, yeah, of course it does. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know.
I want to say there was like some fucked up food in Danganronpa 2. Am I remembering that right? I might be wrong.
Probably. I mean, there was a fucking horny chef in that game, so he probably made some dumb food that everyone hated. I don't know. There's the fucked up food that they made in Persona 4.
Yeah.
That's true.
That Jeff Gerstmann got mad at. Yeah. Food tastes like shit, Yukiko.
Remember that scene where there's two Chies in the anime?
Yeah.
That's all I can think of when I think of Persona 4. It's just two of her.
She's just moving incredibly fast.
It's very skilled. She has dangerous legs, as they say.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's fucked up, but there's the cup noodle stuff in Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, it looks beautiful, though. It looks better than real cup noodle.
Perfectly rendered.
Yeah.
The perfect cup.
I wouldn't say that it looks bad, but every time that I think about one of the Cuphead characters drinking out of their own cup, that's very bad.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know, I'm gonna say that like some of Final Fantasy XIV's food looks pretty bad, like just model wise. Like because a lot of it, like some of it can look really good. Like I have like a couple that is really good in my room, but like whenever they do like a story cutscene, it usually looks horrible.
Yeah, it does. Like when you're doing the culinarian quests and you have it like on the table, it just looks like plastic.
There's a part of the FF15 event where they, of course, they do the thing where it's like you make some food with Noctis or something, and then they put it on the table and they do like the zoom in like an FF15. But it looked like fucking shit because they use like one of like the most like default food models instead of like the newer stuff that they've released with Holiday. Like in my FF14 house, I have like this beautiful fucking rendered like lobster and a bed of macaroni with like fucking like breadsticks and stuff like that, and it looks fucking great. And then like Noctis sends me like this fucking plate with like a static texture on top of it. It's like here's your fucking mashed potatoes, and it's like, oh, this looks horrible.
Yeah. We also sent in another one. We might have to help you out with this one, Niall, but
okay.
Wheels asks, it's the video game Choo Choo Holy Grail War, and each Chooch staff member summons a game character to fight to the death for them. Who does everyone, or at least the people on this week's pod, summon? What class are they, and what's their noble phantasm?
Okay, I know what a Holy Grail War is, because I've seen Fate Zero, I think.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you selling me that.
Yeah, I saw that years ago in Anime Club at college.
It's a very anime club show.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What's a noble phantasm?
That's
Ultimate
basically
move.
like their super move.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the classes? Or like if we're talking Fate classes, there's Archer, Lancer, Saber, Caster,
Assassin, Caster,
Assassin,
Rider, and Berserker.
and Berserker.
There's a couple other ones, but let's not go into that territory.
Okay.
Unless you want to go Avenger.
Let's not
That's just all the edgy
overcomplicate
ones.
this, because Fate is hard enough to figure out.
Moon
as it-
Cancer.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go first while you think.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Rose probably has this thought up already.
Oh,
But you don't?
it would be, I don't, 2B, and she's a Saber.
Yeah.
And her noble phantasm is, like when she freezes time and does like all the slashes or whatever for that one move?
Sure.
Yeah, it's that.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Or it could just be ending E. That's the noble phantasm, and that'd be pretty good.
Alright. Mine's pretty easy. It would just be Travis Touchdown. He'd be an assassin, of course. And his noble phantasm would be calling in the Glastonbury. That would be it. Calling in the big mech and just going ham. That would be pretty cool. Just in my onion.
I'm trying to just like, okay.
Frog Daughter.
Well, Frog Daughter unfortunately isn't a video game character yet. We're working on getting Frog Daughter into
the right.
Yeah,
she'd be a berserker.
She's gonna be in Smash. It's gonna be. They were gonna put Agumon in, but then they were like, oh, some like Sakurai saw Frog Daughter on YouTube, and he was like, oh, we gotta get Frog Daughter.
Oh, this fucking rules.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I'm just
everyone.
imagining them making the stage that's the fucking house, and then it plays like get on back to school, get on back to school.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking Bayonetta's jumping around.
Okay. Okay. My answer is I'm gonna say Nekomaru Nidai, as a berserker, And his noble phantasm is he turns into Mechamaru and just like goes ham, basically, I guess.
I'm gonna be real, I was expecting you to say he takes a shit. Like, I really was. I was really expecting that to say his noble phantasm.
No, but there'd be like lots of moments in like the show where like it'd be like I don't remember the character's name. Is it Alexander the Great that's the berserker in Fate Zero? But he's just like constantly trying to play a video game. Lancelot. He's just like, oh no,
well he's not a berserker. He's in there. He is constantly trying to play video games.
Yeah, so like I'd be like trying to get him to do stuff, and he'd just be taking a shit instead of playing video games. It'd be basically just that.
He's just constantly exiting an outhouse.
Yeah.
Good lord.
What a great character.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Anonymous asks, how could Nintendo revive the Teach's Typing franchise, and should they?
Waluigi teaches typing. Waluigi finally gets his game.
I could tell you what it would be in this era. It would be, you know how they're making that like Pokemon gacha game where you get the sexy ladies as the gacha or whatever? It's going to be like sexy Pokemon lady. Luzamine teaches you typing. And she's just like, oh, look at me. Cynthia actually would be a better one, probably. This instead of that being a gacha game, it's a teaches typing game, and all the Pokemon ladies come out and they're like, whoa.
Well, there is actually a Pokemon typing game, but it was only in Japan, and it was for the DS, and the DS cartridge had Bluetooth built into it, and it came with a wireless keyboard that only worked with that game. Yeah.
See, I feel like
it's the only DS game that has Bluetooth.
I feel like there's better companies to do it than Nintendo, though. You know, like you could have Square Enix, you have like Tidus teaches typing.
Tidus doesn't fucking know it. Listen, all of his recent appearances in the lore have been talking of like in any Final Fantasy spinoff, like World of Final Fantasy. He's literally just the stupid man who throws rocks for the FF11 girl. Like that's all he does, and he's just like, "Yep, this is what I do," and like that's all he does.
Yeah, he's the worst.
He can't teach you typing. He doesn't even know how to play Blitzball, and he's a Blitzball player.
Have Sega, like, Kiryu teaches typing. Kiryu'd be a real good typing teacher, I bet. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
yes.
That'd be good.
Yeah, forget bringing back Typing of the Dead. Yeah. Just do Kiryu teaches typing, and then just man, there you go. And then it could just be him, like, going around Kamurocho, like, beating people up, and every punch is a word, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, let's do it.
Make some money. Do it, Sega.
That's good.
But Nintendo should bring back Mario Teaches Typing, because there were some pretty okay YouTube poops based on that. So, there you go.
I keep forgetting that was a thing. When I hear Teaches Typing, I just think Mavis Beacon.
Me too. Yeah.
Let's see here. Century Punk asks, what's your favorite mini-game in an open-world game?
Ooh. None of them?
Club Sunshine.
Yakuza's got a bunch of good ones.
Yeah.
Club Sunshine. That's what I'm standing by. In Yakuza 0.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, hours. I'd stopped the entire game to do that entire storyline until it was done.
Same here.
Yeah, really any of the management sub-games in those series are very good.
Yeah, because like even the real estate was like fun.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't as good as the club, but it was still fun.
In a sick way, I kind of like the knife game in Red Dead.
Oh, the I know what you're talking about.
The Five-Finger Fillet.
Five-Finger Fillet, that's it, yes.
Yeah, I actually really like that, because it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's like
it's rhythm.
Yeah,
well, it's kind of satisfying.
Yeah, well, playing Red Dead 2 definitely made me want to play that in real life, so...
actually, in Red Dead 1, they had like dice poker or something. I actually really liked that.
Liar's Dice. Liar's Dice was amazing.
Yeah, I really liked it. I played that in the online mode even. I had a good time with that.
I feel like Liar's Dice was in some other game that wasn't Red Dead recently as well. I'm trying to think what it was. It's not coming to me, but I know I've seen it in something else recently. Oh.
I'm trying to think of other open world games that I like that have sizable mini games, and I usually don't like them. Like, hey, I almost 100%ed Witcher 3, and the big things that I didn't do were the Gwent stuff because I didn't really like Gwent.
I like original Gwent. I don't like what they did to it for Thronebreaker.
I agree with you. Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, I have a physical Gwent set, which is kind of weird that I don't really like Gwent, but I have an actual physical Gwent set.
I feel like most open world games just do here's a race or whatever. None of it is particularly interesting usually. Yakuza is really the only one that goes hard on that stuff that I can really think of. And I guess Red Dead does as well, and GTA to a lesser extent.
The GTA ones are always so horrible too, though. It's like the tennis in 5 was
the golf.
That was especially disappointing because you can make golf fun.
You can make everybody's golf.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't. Rockstar seems really bad at making fun things recently, huh?
Yeah, it's almost as if everyone there is miserable and being worked to death.
Almost.
Oh wow. This is kind of breaking news, but it's something that has kind of been a long time coming. I guess Skullgirls is finally going to just have a comic. Which is what everyone kind of said they should do from the beginning. Yeah. But yeah, Skullgirls is having an official comic.
Cool.
And I recognize the people that are making this comic. They're fan artists that were big on Tumblr. That's actually really cool of them. They hired big fan artists from Tumblr to make the comic. That's cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right. Last question. Again, if you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Shulis asks, what RPG class would the members of the Mario crew fit into?
Oh, jeez. I feel like Mario has to be the warrior, or,
Yeah, he's got to be the basic one.
Luigi would be... I could see Luigi being a white mage.
Yeah.
Wario would probably be a blue mage, because
I could see that.
He'd steal everything. What other classes exist? I'm just trying to think of Final Fantasy classes now.
Thief. I mean, that could be Wario as well. Yeah, maybe. But blue mages, I think, a lot better because Wario does turn into different things.
Yeah, that's true. I could see Toad being a thief.
Yeah, or a rogue, just in general.
Peach be.
Not even a healer, because she doesn't even heal that much.
No.
She would be
she was the healer in Mario RPG, but that's kind of it.
She would be a bard, probably, or something.
I can see that. Something like that. I could see Daisy as an archer.
Sure.
Yeah, I see Daisy as, I guess this is probably the fan interpretations getting to me, but I see her as, warrior or something, berserker. I could see that, too.
Rosalina...
Toad's a fucking thief.
Yeah. Rosalina would be something kind of spacey. She could just be a cleric-y kind of thing, a mage.
Astrologian from Final Fantasy XIV.
There you go.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
They do astrology.
They do, yeah. They do star magic and make.
She'll do that then. There you go. Yeah. All right. And then Bowser would just be the big burly
Viking
thing. Yeah, Viking kind of thing, yeah. There you go. Alright. Well, that should do it for this week's show. Thank you, too, for being on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Real quick, just some quick things. First off, we don't really know when the panel's going up. We will get that up as soon as possible once they send us the video stuff. We will probably just be posting the trailers. Probably by the time you hear this, we will have posted the trailers. So that's fine. You'll know the new stuff that we're working on. Also, our Patreon is going to be changing. We've talked about it. And I don't know if we're going to announce it right now, but we will give everyone a heads up once we figure out exactly how we're going to do it. But it's not going to be like anything too crazy. We're not going to like make it super expensive or whatever. We're going to make it a lot easier to get all of the stuff that is going to be early on the Patreon. And we hope that you will continue to support us. And that is patreon.com/VGCC. So consider donating now, I guess I will just say. Also, of course, we have our Twitter at VGChooChoo, our Tumblr, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com, and our Discord server, thegamezone.zone. You type that into your web browser, and that'll bring you straight there. Finally, also, thank you to Magic Circuit /Melt Channel for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to more Melt Channel, it is meltchannel.bandcamp.com. And if you want to listen to Magic Circuit, they have everything up on Spotify. It's all really good stuff. I started using Spotify again recently, and putting their stuff in the rotation was definitely a big boon, as they say. That should do it. Is there anything else that I'm maybe forgetting?
They fucking announced a Toho Gacha game. I just remembered I was going to say that, but I forgot.
God help us all.
Yep. Just a warning to everyone out there. That's just what I want to finish on. Just stay safe.
That's going to be Twitter for like a month. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for listening, and we will be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. So long.